I want to share some breathing techniques that I find really helpful, along with the reasons why they work. So, one cool thing about your breath is that it will go automatically, right? Your body will take care of it. You don't have to stop and think, okay, breathe, usually. Um, and unlike some of the other things that your body sort of does automatically, you have the ability um, to control it a little bit to some extent, right? Um, it's different than things like your digestion, right? You don't get to stop and think, oh, I'm going to digest more deeply or more slowly today. But we get to do that with the breath. So that makes it a really helpful tool to regulate your nervous system. So normally you take things in through your senses, you see things, you hear things, you smell things. That information goes in. Your nervous system combines that with your past experiences and decides basically how safe it thinks you are right now. And then you go into maybe a state of relaxation if it's feeling very safe, or if your nervous system is calculating that there might be some danger here, then you go more into the fight or flight state. So when that happens, often you have the urge to close up a little bit. It's intended to be like a protective posture if you were in physical danger. You also might get, I personally get like a tight jaw. So that's sort of characteristic of the fight or flight nervous system state, right? And that closes off your diaphragm, your lungs. It compresses it, so you have less depth to be able to breathe, right? You breathe shallow. That can also be part of the fight or flight defense system, because not only are you small, you're protected, like tight, tense, less vulnerable, but you're also smaller, so you can hide, and you're breathing shallow and being quieter, right? So if you're not paying attention to what's going on, and you've been in like what's going on with your body and with your breathing, and you've been in some time of anxiety or stress, you might notice that you're in the breathing pattern of like a fight or flight state, right? So you're kind of a little more closed over, maybe a little more tense here, and you're breathing just really at the top, right? And that's all just going on automatically. So when you know more, you can do more. So when you know about all of this with your nervous system and how it affects your breathing, you can sort of reverse the process. Instead of your nervous system deciding how you're going to breathe, you can decide how you're going to breathe, and then that sends the message back to your nervous system. You can breathe in a way that you would breathe if you were feeling very safe, if you were in a rest and relax sort of a state. So the way you do that, there's quite a few different things you can do. You can do any one of them, and I think it'll make a difference. Or you can do all of them. Just try them out and see what feels good to you. So the first one that you hear often is a long exhale. So our in and out breath are like a balance of readiness and then relaxing, letting go of what we don't need. So in is like a getting ready, straightening up. Out is a okay, relaxing. That's why extending, making the exhale longer, is a way to help yourself relax. Another one is that you breathe in through your nose and out of your mouth. Depending on if you're in the middle of a bunch of people or if you're alone, you might feel more or less comfortable with making the sound. But the sound can amplify the relaxation effect of it. So not just silently, but audibly making a sound with This does a few things. It continues that message of sending the message back to your nervous system that you are safe. You're not hiding, trying to be super quiet and small. You're able to make sound right now. It's safe to make noise. We're not hiding. It also creates vibration that helps you relax more. I sometimes will even exaggerate the exhale to like a, and for me, that just loosens up the tension in my jaw and helps me relax even more. So the next thing you can notice is how deep the air is going. So this can take some time to start to relax and be able to breathe deeper. It's called diaphragmatic breathing. I might be saying that wrong. But basically, instead of just breathing up into your top part of your lungs and your chest up high, you let the air go all the way down, expanding your diaphragm, opening up, like it's as though the air is going all the way into your stomach. So it gets easier over time. I think it's something that we naturally do this. Like if you see a baby breathing, or if you see a baby, watch a baby like sleeping and breathing, their whole chest and stomach rises up and then falls down. And a lot of times if you see kids, they like have their stomach out. Their diaphragm is way more relaxed. And over time, we tense up, we tighten up, and we lose that, and it's limiting, right? It's constricting. So just practice, just see how far down you can get the air to go and see how much you can relax those muscles around there, and you'll be able to breathe deeper and deeper over time. So let's practice a few breaths that way. I'll talk you through it, and maybe just sort of notice your level of tension right now. How tense do you feel? Give it a number, 0 to 10, and then let's do a few breaths and then see if it reduces at all or if you feel any different. Okay, so go ahead and start by just beginning that breath in through your nose and out of your mouth with the long exhale. And you can start on the exhale to imagine that you can actually blow the tension out. Release the tension from your jaw, from your shoulders, as if it were some substance that could just turn to a dust and blow out of your exhale. And see if you can use that to relax some of the muscles in your chest and your stomach. And see if that allows you to take one of those deeper breaths all the way down to the bottom of your lungs, expanding your stomach. Maybe holding it for a second at the top and then letting it all the way out. Get every last bit of stale air out of your lungs. And then you'll just naturally fill up with the next breath. And maybe try that sigh or some sort of an exhale that's a little bit exaggerated. And on this next one, allowing the inhale to stretch your shoulders and your chest open. And on the exhale, let your shoulders relax down away from your ears. Another one like that. And this one, exaggerate it even more. Maybe you want to open your arms up even more if you can. And then letting them drop. And even shake a little bit on your exhale. One more like that. And when you're ready, you can just transition back into regular breathing and notice if your number has gone down, if you're feeling any more relaxed. And leave me a comment. Let me know how you feel, if it worked.